I am definitely not in the worst part of town trying to pick up prostitutes. I am in Cucuta, Colombia, in a really seedy part of town, and that's putting it mildly. As a matter of fact, you probably will see me pass a couple of just nice ladies of the night who are engaged in probably what they normally do here at night. So this is not the kind of place you'd want to bring your kids, of course, but you might be asking why I'm wandering around in this kind of a place this time of night. It's about 10 o'clock at night. Let me just back up and explain. This place is a city in crisis, and it's in crisis because there are 300,000 or more Venezuelans here in Cucuta, and they are flooding into this city as Venezuela crumbles. It's a slow motion train wreck over there. We've heard over and over again how people are literally starving to death. Children are malnourished. There's no medicine. There's no toilet paper. There's nothing. We're watching people come across carrying copper cable wrapped around their legs, and we ask them like what they're doing, and they're selling the copper cable that they've ripped out of the walls in buildings in Venezuela and bring it over here and then turn around and sell it for whatever they can get, which probably explains why there's not a lot in the way of electricity in Venezuela right now in many of the border towns. If you're wondering whether or not I'm worried I'm going to get rolled out here, the only thing that really worries me is the fact that I'm talking to you at this moment, because it makes it a little bit more difficult for me to maintain situational awareness. Let's say this is the kind of place where it's a transitional space. This is definitely not a good neighborhood. Anyway, we got here and we've been interviewing Venezuelans for the last several days and listening to their stories of absolute suffering and hardship and death, and they're all so angry at the dictator Nicolas Maduro. As a matter of fact, if you say the name Maduro and there are Venezuelans in your hearing, they will immediately issue an expletive en masse. It's just the natural response for them. They are very upset about what's happened to their beautiful country. So they're coming over here. They're desperate. They have no money. Their money that they bring from Venezuela is literally worth less than toilet paper. And so there's nothing they can do with that. So they have to find a way to make money here. One of the reasons I'm out here tonight is that I'm looking for ways to illustrate that. And one of the best ways you could illustrate that is by meeting prostitutes who are actually mothers with families and husbands back in Venezuela. But they're coming over here to Cucuta and selling their bodies for just a little bit of money in order to make enough money literally to survive. And before you go judging, you might ask yourself, just how far would you go to make sure that your children could eat at night, to make sure that your children could get the medical care that they needed? And it's hard to judge these poor women and what they're having to go through.